everybody, welcome back to another cooking video, and today we're going to be doing one of my favorites. It is springtime and it is just past Easter, but it reminded me how much ham is typically a holiday meal, but it can be so much more. I'm going to show you how we smoke up what we call ham bites. These are delicious little ham nuggets. I'll show you exactly how we do it. There's a rabbit about 6 feet from me. That's pretty wild. He's just walking around the corner. Hey buddy. I've got the smoker set at 225 degrees, and I'm going to be doing this in a big old pot like this. I'll tell you what works great. Those little disposable aluminum trays work absolutely phenomenal, but I didn't have one today, so using this pot. I'll go ahead and talk about the ingredients as we go. First thing we want to do is go with a ham. Remember, 99% of the time when you buy a ham at your local grocery store, it is pre-cooked. So verify if that's the case. That's the reason why we're getting away with just heating this up at 225 degrees, and that's the temperature that we'll just do. We're essentially warming this up. It'll take a couple of hours. Now, I like to do this with a boning knife. What we want to do is we want to find out where the bone is in here and just work our way right around it. We can see it goes here, right over to this section. So I love a boning knife when you do this because it's always very hard to figure out exactly where the bone goes in a ham. This lets you sort of work your way around it. Tell you what, in the interest of time, let me just go ahead and show you how we're going to cut this up. We want to go with about 1 inch or so cubes. That's what we're looking for here. So I'm going to take this, get it sliced up like this, cut these into little strips. Then we're going to cut them up into cubes of about this size right here, 1 to 1.5 inches or so. If you have a spot with a lot of fat, go ahead and just pull it right out of there. Where you can trim fat out of this, go right ahead.
Over here. Yeah, right here. Hey, do me a favor. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more like it, subscribe to the channel and click on that little bell notification so you get notified of new videos. Thanks.
All right, let me clean up, show you what we add to this. All right, with these guys all cut up, it's time to season it. Now, think about when you do a ham, right? You typically do some kind of a rub or a glaze on the outside of it. We're going to be infusing all of those flavors right down into this, and we want some sweetness on it. We want these to almost be cooked in its own glaze. So we're going to go ahead and do 2 teaspoons of ground nutmeg and ground cloves, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, and about half that amount in ginger and in paprika. To sweeten it up, we're going to go ahead and add in some honey and some sugar. About a cup of each is probably more than enough, and then we're going to add some butter into it. It gives it a beautiful color and glaze on the whole thing. So let's go ahead and get started on that. And I'm wanting about 2 of these. This is ground cloves. Now we're going with ground nutmeg. If it's a little breezy outside, be careful. Again, same amount of this, same amount of cinnamon. Not cinnamon sugar, by the way, I'm using just cinnamon. Shake some ginger in that. I'll tell you when to stop. Go all around. You got to go right over it because the wind's going to get it to it.
Not much is going out.
Yeah, go like this. You got to hold it at an angle like that.
Oh.
Couple more spurts. There you go. I'll take that. Let me just do a couple.
What kind of meat is this?
Ham. This is going to be good. All right, do about the same amount of that. That's going to come out a lot faster, okay?
Okay.
You need about a teaspoon of that.
Spicy?
Nope. Just got beautiful color.
Oh god. Yeah, that is a very beautiful color.
All right, that's good. That's all right. We're going to mix it all together.
I put too much in there tonight.
Now, we need to add some honey. You ready to squeeze that in there?
Ew.
Ready? Go ahead.
Are you putting honey on the ham?
Because that's what you want to do. You want to squeeze all of that out of there. We're looking to do almost a full cup of this.
Why is it falling off?
Because it's hitting that powder. But just go all the way around. Get it all on all of it, even as far as you can reach. There you go. And squeeze it all out of there. We're going to use that whole bottle. Now we want to go with about a cup or so of sugar.
Wait, where's my book?
And we want 1 stick of butter. We're just going to mix all this together now. The last thing we want to do is go in with about 16 ounces or so of water. And you'll have to just adjust that as you cook it to make sure it's right. I didn't have gloves, so I'm just going to mix this up this way. Get some tongs. I can already tell I'm going to have to add a little bit more water here. break up my butter and spread it throughout, but at the end of the day, it's all going to melt to the bottom anyway. We are going to cook this uncovered at 225 degrees, and we're going to mix this frequently and add just enough water to make sure it does not dry out. This will get some nice smoky flavor and an unbelievable glaze right on top of that. All right, we got this thing in here at 225. We're going to go ahead and close this up, and this is going to have some amazing flavor. Now, the beauty of starting with a fully cooked ham is really all we're doing is heating this thing up, and all that flavor is going to infuse into it. Doing it at a nice low temperature means it comes up slowly, and we infuse more and more of that smoke flavor in with all that sweetness that we're putting on the top of it. These are going to be some amazing little ham cubes. It's probably going to take anywhere from an hour and a half to 2 hours, but we're going to check it frequently. We're going to add more water if at any point it looks like it needs it. We're also going to mix these guys up a little bit too. We don't want the top pieces to get dried out because the water's not covering them all. We are not boiling it, we're simply steaming it. We can get that flavor to just infuse through it. So with that, I'm going to clean all this up. I will see you guys in an hour and a half. All right, so this ham has been on for about an hour and a half. I've stirred it up about every 20 or 30 minutes. I'm now going to go ahead and just add a little bit of brown sugar to it. Let me go ahead and zoom in. I'll show you what it looks like as we add this in, and then we mix it up, probably cook it another 15 or 20 just to get this to start to glaze up on there. As you can see, this is looking really nice. The liquid is cooked down a little bit in there, and we're just going to go ahead and sprinkle on some of this brown sugar. We don't want to do too much. We're really just looking for a nice glaze, so probably about 3/4 of a cup to a cup. And that's for this big old 10-pound ham or so. Now, stir this up, mix it in a little bit. Look at that, nice little chunks. All right, with that, we've pulled a few of these out of here, and they look absolutely amazing. It really is good to remove a little bit of the liquid if you have too much in there, add some of that brown sugar, and cook it for about another 15 minutes. What it does is it creates this amazing glaze on there. Let's go ahead and give these a shot. Ham cubes, ham bites. Oh, I mean, it's like candied ham. It really is amazing. The flavor is phenomenal. It's juicy because it's cooked up in that liquid. It's sweet from some of those seasonings we have in there. You can really taste the cloves in it. It tastes really amazing. And the best part of it is there's just a hint of that smoke from the way we've heated it up in here. I hope you guys give this a shot. Don't think of this as a holiday treat. This is easy to do. Throw it in the smoker anytime you want to do it, especially if ham is on sale. It's a great bargain at $1 or $1.25 a pound. Bye, y'all. Safe and happy grilling.